My history with the Hebrew University begins long before I became a student at the Hebrew University. In fact, it begins before I was born. My great uncle, Professor Joseph Klausner, was the first professor of Hebrew literature in the Hebrew University in the 20s. Then my father, Yehuda Aryeh Klausner, graduated from this university in Hebrew literature. And then he worked for many years here on Mount Scopus in this campus as a librarian for the Hebrew University. So as a child, I used to roam the paths of the then very small Hebrew University. In 1960, I came back as a student of Hebrew literature and philosophy. And I studied here for 2 very concentrated years for my BA degree. And these were unforgettable years. At that time, the campus was like one open-air seminary. Everybody argued and debated with everyone else about everything. It's not only the first university in the country. In many ways, this one is still the leading university in Israel. In terms of academic excellence, in terms of academic level, it is a university of international magnitude and international importance. In a novel called My Michael, the plot begins in the temporary residence of the Hebrew University in the 1950s, when the university was exiled from Mount Scopus and operated from the Terra Santa building. And the novel My Michael begins on the steps of Terra Santa building, and considerable parts of My Michael take part at the Terra Santa campus. Later on, in A Tale of Love and Darkness, I revealed some of my own memories and experiences as a student at the Hebrew University, in particular the impact of Professor Shmuel Hugo Bergman, who, by the way, was a classmate of Franz Kafka, and who taught us European philosophy, and who, among others, I will always remember. But I should also mention a few other names like Nathan Rothenstreich, Gershon Shaked, Shmuel Verses, my beloved teachers, and I am deeply indebted to those great teachers. For 80 or 90 years, the Hebrew University in Jerusalem has been a loading stone, a magnet for Jewish students from all over the world. Many of them came to study here and stayed in Israel, settled down in Israel. Many others returned to their original countries, but spread the word. They knew Hebrew, they were familiar with Israeli culture, they became ambassadors of Hebrew-Israeli culture all over the world. In many ways, my heart has always been with the Hebrew University, where I studied, where I graduated, and where, as I told you, I have deep family roots.